Ooh! So I'm recording this post, what's today again? Today is Wednesday. That means tomorrow is Dodgers-Giants Game 5. Hella hyped. And yesterday was Game 4 Dodgers-Giants. And man, I was there live. It was lit. It was sick. I went there with Sebastian, my roommate, who was a Giants fan. And let me tell you, they couldn't pitch. They were throwing balls. They were throwing lots of balls. And just something I really want to point out, and this is kind of like more on how run differential can be overrated and can't really tell the true sides of everything. I think the Dodgers have scored around maybe 20 runs this series, and the Giants have scored 7 runs this series. Yet the series is tied because of the blowout from the win and blow on Game 3. Then the obvious web gem that he threw with the help of the umpires in Game 1. That was a blowout as well. But then you go to the Dodgers winning those 2 games. Then it was a blowout as well. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. And that's just kind of goes to prove that run differential isn't that important. I think what this series will come down to in terms of important stats are going to be defensive runs saved, and whatever the starting pitching does. That means swing percentages, whiff rates, batters walked, and expected expected runs probability. All right, I'm getting that wrong. For example, on Game 3 night, which was Monday, Gavin Lux would have tied the game had there not been win, and that block to go over the fence, and who knows what would have happened in extras. But these are ifs, not actuals, and I'm not focused on actuals. I'm not focused on ifs. I'm focused on actuals, and that's just something to kind of take into account. It didn't happen. The game was lost. That's what's in stone. So Game 5 is coming. What I do feel like is going to be a big thing for this upcoming series. Urias last pitched on Saturday, and it's going to be Thursday. So that means from Saturday to Sunday to Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday, he's pitching, I think, on 4 to 5 days rest. I would say probably like 4 actual days on rest, which I feel like he's done before, because if you look at the postseason from last year, he pitched on short rest as well, and he pitched to close out, I think, just about 4 innings. It was probably 3 1/4, but same scenario there too. They're chasing that down. So I think what is likely to happen is that we're gonna have all hands on deck for the top guns only. So it's going to be Urias giving us probably 4 to 5 if he can. Hopefully Urias giving us 1 to 2 runs only giving up, or if not, a shutout. And hopefully we can get to Webb. I think the biggest thing here is that whatever the zone is established, and yes, there is an established zone where the batter stands and where the catcher is catching, but it is imperative to what the umpire is perceiving the zone to be. So if he feels like if this is the zone, this is the actual zone, but he perceives it this way, how it happened on Game 1. And I'm not making excuses. Dodger bats didn't get it done with other pitchers given the zone, and they didn't adjust. But that's obviously a whole different element of the game. That's a mental part of the game. So if they can keep the zone within right here and actually make use of it and establish their zone as well, then I think it should be fine. Because if you can establish your batting zone, like at that start, if you start to get some balls into play, that zone is going to stay there. Logan Webb's not going to get that advantage. So we got to do that and establish that. And I think that's what's going to really get us going. Like I said, defensive runs saved is going to be the name of the game tomorrow. It's not defensive runs. It's not offensive runs scored. It's going to be defensive runs saved. Obviously, both teams want to shoot for offense, but if both teams are scoring only 4 runs or can possibly score 4 runs, then we got to make sure that those runs are saved. So that's where it's at. I'm really hoping that the Dodgers can really make use of this. In terms of the bracket, ooh, that's looking real interesting. Let's start from the wild card. Wild card, I got both of them right. I got Red Sox. I know I kind of made that like late adjustment, but I felt like it was intuition, and I was like, I needed to make it. I got the Red Sox beating the Yanks. Correct. Dodgers beating the Cardinals. Correct. I had the Braves beating the Brewers. Correct. I had the Astros beating the White Sox. Correct. Now it's just down to if the Dodgers beat the Giants, then I'll be correct there. Where the wild one was the Red Sox beating the Rays. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of like both the way that the Rays and the Red Sox play. The Rays in terms of their money approach and analytics approach, and Red Sox with their like machismo, like balls out offensive first like approach. Like I love it. It's entertaining to see unless they're playing the Dodgers. So they don't play the Dodgers that often unless it's like the World Series or it's a special event. But because they don't play my team, it's easy to just go and watch and enjoy those games. And if you ever had some spare time, go watch some condensed games from this series. The series and the season of the Red Sox. Maybe some Rays as well. But I think those are two interesting teams, and I'm kind of happy with the outcome because I think the Red Sox really small blood in the water, and I feel like they've just grinded out for this. The Rays are smart, capable, and even if it was the other way around, I still would have been supportive of the Rays making it. So we'll see soon. In terms of other things, I kind of want to post some highlights towards the end of the postseason, if not probably after the postseason, of just like stuff that was cool. Other than that, that's the state of the union for the Dodgers, and that's a little bit of a recap of my bracket. Let's go Dodgers.